let's talk about something that's absolutely critical for your professional life: future-proofing your career. This isn't just about landing your next job. It's really about building a personal brand that lasts. And it all starts with getting a handle on this huge force called skills disruption. To really wrap our heads around this, we have to start thinking about our professional growth in a totally new way. Honestly, it's time for an update.
Okay, let's try a little thought experiment. Just for a second, picture your entire career, everything you know, all the experience you have, as just one single app on your smartphone. So what happens with any app, right? Every now and then you get that little notification telling you it's time to update. New features, bug fixes, that kind of thing. Now, if you ignore those updates for too long, what happens? The app gets slow, it gets buggy, and pretty soon it's just not compatible with the phone's new operating system. Well, your career, it's exactly the same.
So if our careers are constantly needing updates, what exactly is this new operating system that we have to stay compatible with? Well, that brings us right to the core idea we really need to define.
And that new operating system has a name: skills disruption. It's basically what happens when things like AI, automation, or just big shifts in the market suddenly change how valuable your current skills are. Now, the crucial thing here is that your skills don't just become worthless overnight, but their relevance, their market value, oh yeah, that can shift, and it can shift dramatically. And this shift creates a really clear divide. I mean, on one side, we're seeing the value of repetitive, manual tasks, the stuff that can be automated, just plummet. But on the other side, there's this huge boom in demand for skills that are uniquely human. Things that require critical judgment, creativity, and real technical expertise. This is the new playing field. Look, hearing all this about automation and AI, it can be a little intimidating. I get it. But this right here is the single most important mindset you can have. The goal isn't to try and compete with technology or to be afraid of it. Not at all. It's to learn how to work alongside it, to use it as a powerful tool that just makes your own unique human skills even better.
Okay, so theory is one thing, but let's make this real. How does this skills disruption stuff actually play out in a real job, day to day? Let's jump into a case study.
Let's take a look at the digital marketing analyst. Just 5 years ago, a huge chunk of this job was just scheduling social media posts and reporting basic numbers, like how many likes or views something got. Fast forward to today, that exact same role is now focused on designing ethical content strategies, writing really effective prompts for AI tools, and practicing what we call data storytelling, which is explaining why the numbers actually matter. The core purpose of the job is the same, but the skills you need, they're like night and day.
And this is the part you really need to let sink in. The job title, Digital Marketing Analyst, it didn't disappear, but the daily work, the skills you actually need to be good at that job, have been totally transformed. The person who adapted and learned these new skills, they stayed incredibly valuable. The person who didn't, well, they got left behind.
Okay, so we understand the challenge. So what do we do about it? How do we get proactive? This is where we turn all this knowledge into an actual strategic framework for your personal brand to give you control over where your career is headed.
It really boils down to 3 simple but powerful steps. First, you have to identify the trends in your industry. What's happening? Second, you use that info to predict where the opportunities are going to be tomorrow. And finally, you use that foresight to make really smart, informed choices about where you're going to invest your time and your energy to learn.
So how do you actually spot these trends? You have to become an observer, a bit of a detective. Start looking at job postings in your field. Are you seeing new keywords pop up all the time? Are companies asking for Python where they used to just ask for Excel? Are they valuing things like remote collaboration or AI literacy? These are the little signals. They're the clues to the next update you need. And that brings us to the final and honestly the most important part. We've defined the problem, we've laid out a strategy. Now the spotlight turns to you. This is your call to action. Let's go back to our app metaphor one last time. If your career is an application and the economy is this brand new operating system, then you have to ask yourself this one simple question. What is your next update? What's the one skill, the one piece of knowledge you can start working on today to make sure your career stays relevant, valuable, and ready for whatever's coming next?